G- Good day, how are you? My name is Gabriel Vivas. I'm a current PY1 here at Temple University. I'm here to present this project that I had the opportunity to participate on called Effect of Cigarette Smoke on Cytokine Production in Human Macrophages. So, some background, macrophages are cells found in almost every tissue. They are in charge of engulfing and killing invading microorganisms. They also are able to induce inflammation by cytokine secretion. Some of the inflammatory cytokines are the ones named here, TNF, interleukin-1, and interleukin-6. Here we can see a diagram of a macrophage producing a variety of inflammatory cytokines. So cigarette smoke is one of the main causes of several chronic diseases like cancer, COPD, cardiovascular disease, and nowadays more commonly severe COVID-19 cytokine storm, which over here we can see a diagram of a macrophage of a producing cytokine storm. Cytokine storm is basically an immunology reaction of releasing a big amount of cytokines in a small amount of time. And this can be harmful for the body because too much cytokine release can cause nausea, can cause fatigue, can cause even organ failure and lead to death in some situations. Although it is known that inflammation is a feature seen in smoker patients, it hasn't been completely established a direct correlation between cigarette smoke and inflammatory or an inflammation or how this happens. So the objective of this project is to evaluate the effect of cigarette smoke on macrophages and the production of cytokines. So several studies and literature have been used as reference to measure cytokine secretion and cigarette smoke response. Using this information, we created alternative methods to evaluate the direct production of cytokines. So some methodology. We use this system called the Beretta CLS high control analysis system, which is also the one seen over here. Sorry about that. So this machine allows us to do different methods all in one. So it allows to do confocal microscopy used for the determination of exposure of human macrophages to cigarette smoke. Also, it allows to measure the ROS in live imaging analysis. ROS is or reactive oxygen species, is type of oxygen containing molecule that at high quantities can be toxic and harmful for the body. Measurement of cytokines by high content imaging analysis, and the indirect immunofluorescence. So all these methods were allowed us to perform by this system over here. So results. The first results we got the biliary results, which basically we got an increase in cell death with high concentration of cigarette smoke. Here we have a diagram of the incubation place that we had, and we can see with the final statistic graphs that at high concentrations of cigarette smoke condensate, we get an increase in cell death. The lower the concentration, the more live cells are present in each plate. Reactive oxygen species results. We got an increase in reactive oxygen species with high concentration of cigarette smoke, meaning that the more concentration of cigarette smoke concentrate, the higher the reactive oxygen species production. We can see over here, these wells have all 50 micrograms per milliliter concentration of CSC, or cigarette smoke concentrate, and at the same time, they have a higher concentration of ROS, and then it decreases as it goes. Then we got the cytokines results. So we got an increased production of cytokines, especially interleukin-1 beta. Here we have the immunofluorescent imaging. We see all the colors. What the colors mean. So all the blues are the nuclei of the cell. The greens are all the interleukin-6 cytokines production. The red is the interleukin-1 beta cytokine production, and we use the orange staining for the TNF alpha cytokine production. So we can see that a concentration of 25 micrograms per milliliter of cigarette smoke, we were able to see especially a higher amount of cytokines interleukin-1 beta production. Over here, we can see a graph in which we have a high intensity of the cell interleukin-1 beta production, while the control is probably there's no intensity of production at all. In conclusion, we can say that cigarette smoke by itself induces several changes in the innate immunity, like macrophages that are predisposed to the production of cytokines and mediated by reactive oxygen species. All results are in agreement with other research and literature previously done. There is an increase in cytokine production due to exposure of cigarette smoke. This methodology can be a powerful tool for us to further explore the additional effects of different pathogens or different stimuli in the involvement of increased inflammation in other diseases like COPD or cytokine storm or COVID-19. Further research can help to development of drugs for the treatment of diseases like the ones previously mentioned. And finally, these references are the work that has been previously done, and the ones that these are the references of the work that we compare it to. So thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for paying attention. Have a good one.